Con, lots and lots of flowers, and also people also gathered around a little further back. Hoda Kotb now with a report on Michael Jackson's last in-depth interview.
It was the 25th anniversary of Thriller, the record-breaking album which sold 28 million records in the U.S. and went platinum 28 times. Michael Jackson chose to celebrate the occasion with Ebony magazine. It was his first U.S. magazine interview and cover story in a decade.
You and I must make a pact.
The magazine had been documenting the Jackson family since its beginnings on the national stage. Harriette Cole is the editor of Ebony magazine.
I believe for that reason, because of this close relationship, when Michael Jackson decided that he wanted to celebrate Thriller, he felt that Ebony was a safe place to come and talk about it. Because the context is, there had been the trials, there had been the blemishes on Michael Jackson's record, and he really wanted to celebrate and felt that he could celebrate with us, and we did.
The celebration began with an elaborate photo shoot at the Brooklyn Museum. Jackson's own music was booming from the museum sound system.
Try stuff.
Michael wanted to be in a grand space where art lives on forever. I mean, he did make it clear to us that he loves art and is a person who loses his way in museums, but also that he hoped that his work would be thought of in that way.
And on the set, the trademark Jackson moves began.
The dance moves, the shoulder, the foot. He wasn't dancing, he was posing. So he would give you the move and he would hold it long enough for Matthew to get the shot.
Matthew is Matthew Ralston, the photographer for Ebony that day.
Michael would perform a photograph as much as a song or a dance, and with great joy and great style, tremendous style. Details are very important to this man.
Jackson gave one of his last major interviews to Ebony magazine. The interview had ground rules, no discussion of the recent trial, nor any other bad news buzzing about Jackson's life, only his career. Ebony recorded its interview with Jackson, which has rarely been heard until now.
I always want to do music that influence and inspire people, each generation. I mean, well, let's face it, I mean, who wants mortality? I mean, everybody wants immortality. You want what you create to live, be it sculpture or painting or music or composition. Like Michelangelo said, you know, I know the creator will go, but his work survives. That is why to escape death, I attempt to bind my soul to my work. And that's how I feel. I give my all at work. Because I wanted to just live and just give all that I have, you know? Yeah, it has to be.
Do you mean I am the one?
Jackson spoke of how he believes he broke racial barriers at MTV.
Billie Jean, yeah, they said we won't play it. And when they played it, it set the all-time record. And they were asking for everything we had. They were knocking our door down because it brought in, then Prince came, it opened the door for Prince and all the other black artists.
And in what may be a surprise to many, Jackson says a major influence in his work was classical music.
I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I used to always study composition. It was Tchaikovsky that influenced me the most, I think. Of course, Debussy, who I love very much. But I love, like, you take an album like Nutcracker Suite, every song is a killer. Every one.
It was an interview that, to Harriette Cole, became a history lesson.
It was a lesson in cultural history, really, in musical history, in American history, just the history of entertainment.